Welcome to my tiny tarot practice. My name's Amelia Ruby, and this podcast documents and shares my tiny tarot practice, where I'm exploring each card of the tarot, starting with the minor arcana and going suit by suit until one day we get to the majors. Maybe we're already there if you're listening to this in the future. Welcome. Today's card is the Eight of Pentacles. In the Rider-Waite-Smith edition of the tarot, this card features a craftsperson sitting on a bench, hammering at a gold coin. There are 7 gold coins already mounted on a wall in front of them, one on the ground waiting to be finished, and the one that they are currently working on. They're wearing an apron. They're mid-hammer swing, and far in the distance behind them we see what looks to be a walled city or castle of some kind. This card is often taken to be a card about craftsmanship, a card about learning a craft, a card about being dedicated to a craft, a card about commitment. And that's how it's always felt to me as well. It's a card of being hard at work for the sake of the work itself, not for the reward that one might reap. So if you listen to our episode on the 7 of Pentacles, with the 7, we see someone kind of looking at their work and this suspended moment where perhaps they are waiting, maybe even impatiently or sadly, to reap what they have sown. But in the 8, they are hard at work, and there seems to be no thought of what will come of this, only what is at hand. I was reminded when reading Tarot for Change by Jessica Dorr. She cites this really amazing Clara Pinkola Estes quote for this card that says, "The work is to keep doing the work." I'll read that again. The work is to keep doing the work. The work's not about the result. The work's not about the reward. The work's not even about what you're creating. The work is about the work itself. And the work is to just keep doing the work. I also really love what Rachel Pollack writes in 78 Degrees of Wisdom about this card, and really reminding us of the lessons of the Pentacles at large. And so I'm going to read a sentence from her book here. She writes, "The way to spirit for Pentacles lies not so much in success or even in awareness of value in ordinary things, as it does in the work that allows us to appreciate those things." The work that allows us to appreciate those ordinary things and those successes. She writes later in that same section, "We have to care about the work itself." Again, that Clarissa Pinkola Estes quote, "The work is to keep doing the work." The 8 of Pentacles is a card about doing the work, caring about the work, caring for the work, being careful in the work. It's all about the work, babe. And that can be frustrating, disheartening. We live in a culture that, instant gratification, wanting to get straight to the result, the success, the fame. We also live in a culture where our work is so often exploited and so often it doesn't empower us. It takes power from us. And so in those circumstances, how can we find the care in the work, right? It can feel so hollow to be told that the work is about doing the work. That can feel so disempowering. But for any of us who have ever created something or been in a creative practice, those moments of doing the work, in my experience, are so nourishing and nurturing and life-fulfilling. We could, the Pentacles is about materiality and resources, but I think we could think about this in terms of the work we do on ourselves, the work we do on our relationships. When you're doing work that is guided by you and your spirit and spirit at large, it can feel so good. And that's the work that we're going to keep doing. The work is to keep doing the work. I don't know if you can hear my dog doing her work in the background, but she certainly is. So thank you so much for joining me today for this episode about the 8 of Pentacles. If you'd like to purchase any of the books that I read from, you can find them in my bookshop, which is at the link in the show notes. That's a curated list of tarot books, decks, and assorted goods that if you make a purchase through that link, I'll receive a small affiliate payment that helps me keep this podcast going. I hope that if you are hard at work, you stay hard at work, but maybe it feels a little softer after listening to this episode.